Hello, hello, hello. Hi, everyone. Well, I don't see anybody on the stream yet, but hopefully somebody will jump in. Thank you for much for coming in. I'm looking forward for this video because look what we have here. We have the StAMPtember 2022 release of Tim Holtz. And and like I have said in other videos about this, is that this comes once a month, which is usually September of every year, and it's a special edition. And once it's gone, and you won't be able to get it anymore. Being said that, this is a wonderful, wonderful stamp, and it does bring a template, which usually these stamps, if you don't know about Tim Holtz or Stampers Anonymous, they don't bring anything inside the package. It's just the stamp, whatever stamp you choose, but they don't come with something extra. So this is something special. This template is like snow. So like last year, I did a video about the release of last year 2021, and we did a card. So I'm looking forward to do a card with this today. But the surprise I have for this is that I'm gonna be doing the card. Guess with what? Oh, yes. I finally found a box of distressed watercolor pencils from Tim Holtz. And okay, so if you have followed me before, if you know about my channel, you know I love watercolor. I just love watercolor. And recently, not recently, but most of my videos in the past few years, maybe couple of years, have been watercolor oriented. On top of that, I am an urban sketcher, which means watercolor is your life when it comes to urban sketching. Not necessarily, because you can do urban sketching with any other mediums, but watercolor, in my opinion, is the favorite when it comes to people doing urban sketching. And so I have tons of watercolor brands. I mean, I have used anything you could possibly imagine, from the worst to the best. So I kind of have a knowledge on this. Watercolor pencils, love them. Love them since I was very young. I used to well, if you don't know this, I used to study graphic design, and therefore we had to do a lot of projects, and that involved a lot of different mediums way back in the days. I don't know how it is today, but way back in the days, you had to use a lot of different mediums. So that's why I knew how to use all this stuff nowadays. And one of them, particularly my favorite of all time, I used to have a set of watercolor pencils, but like short watercolor pencils from Caran d'Ache. And they were like, oh my god, the best thing I have ever used in my life. After that, I never used watercolor again until now. And I do have a few boxes of different watercolor pencils that I love using. I mean, like, I like watercoloring with, like, you know, like a little box of watercolors or whatever. But when it comes to watercolor pencils, it's very practical and it's very cool. Now, what makes Tim Holtz watercolor, I can't speak today, watercolor pencils different? What it makes it different, that these watercolors are distressed, meaning they are the color palette of Tim Holtz. And that's why it's so unique. So I know they have 3 boxes. I just happened to get my hands on one. I found it in one of the big box stores. Very rare, I would say, to see them. Probably in the future you can see them more often. But believe me, I I've been going to the stores, and I just saw this one box alone, and I couldn't believe it. So I said, you know what? Oh yeah, we're getting this. And of course, you can get them online. I mean, I know there's several places that you can get them online. So if you're willing to have an adventure online, be my guest. Anyway, why don't we start by opening the watercolor pencils? That's the most interesting part. Well, both of the things are the most interesting parts. I really, really, really like this a lot. Okay, let me get my scissors. See what we can do here. I'm very excited about this because, man, this is fun. I mean, come on. I know last year release, what I did was something with watercolor as well. And it was with the Nubo drops. And I think that's what they called Nubo drops. And the Nubo drops, they are awesome. And I just have one little bottle. I didn't buy many colors. I do want to buy some other colors because this is a fantastic thing to use. And this Nubo thing is a watercolor like in powder. You just drop it. Well, check out the video. You'll love it. It was an amazing little experience there with that. So I highly recommend it. All right. So we have the famous tin. Let's open this and see what we got. Got a little acetate that covers the pencil, so I'm guessing it's for protection. So how do you, okay, you can take this out and put it on the side. If you want to protect them again, you can put that back on if you want. If you don't, you don't. That's fine. And these are the colors. Now, before I just make a mess with them, I want to show you that you have the colors in the back as well. So this particular box brings picked raspberry, fire brick, rusty hinge, mustard seed, peel paint, salvage patina, speckled egg, salty ocean, villainish potion, walnut stain, black soot, and picket fence. I think I got the best box, to be quite honest with you, because I'm gonna tell you this: I love villainish potion. I love speckled egg. Peel paint is an old color. That's one of the first colors ever came out, and it's a fantastic color. I like it very much. Of course, the black fire brick is cool too. Rusty hinge is like um like rust. It's literally like rust. So man, I got pretty cool colors. So all right. So okay, let's switch. Let's open this now. Now, I have no idea how we're going to do this, but we're going to do it because, you know, I didn't plan for it. I never planned for these things. And it's all on the go. So bear with me on that, you know, and probably my creative brain will come down to something really cool. All right. And so, okay, this is the stencil. It's like a snowy stencil. And then we have the stamp set. And it does have this big rubbery thing. The one in the past, I didn't take it off, but I think for this one I will because it's blocking. You see here the holes to put it in the binder. So I was thinking that maybe we should get this off. Because this is just extra rubber that is really to hold, to maintain the stamps together when they're delivered, I guess. And so, but when you have them in your stash, you just get rid of this, or you can keep it. You can also keep it if you want. I mean, that's up to you, really. But me, I'm gonna take it off. I think I'm better off with the thing because sometimes it's on the way, especially if you save them in a binder. I do save them in a binder, so that's why I'm taking this off. So this is exciting. Yes, and this is a Christmas set. And usually his StAMPtember thing is a Christmas theme stamp sets from Stampers Anonymous. So, okay. All right. So I'm gonna put the template somewhere else so it's not on the way. I'm gonna put it right there, and then I have a small space here, so I need to think, how am I gonna do this? All right. I'm gonna bring, okay, the ideal thing should be that I use Tim Holtz watercolor paper. So we have everything Tim Holtz, right? So I'm gonna just do that. I'm gonna bring one of his paper, watercolor paper, cardstock. This is good watercolor paper, especially for his mark. Oh, well, if you still have markers or the watercolor marker, or yeah, you could use it with water, and for any other water medium that you want to use. And very, very thick paper, it's nice. All right, so I'm gonna bring in I don't know where to put this stuff. Oh boy. Okay, let's put that there. Maybe I'm gonna put this here and that there, and I'm gonna bring in my new Misty. I should use Tim Holtz, but I want to see how this will stamp in this particular paper, which I've always have trouble stamping in this thing. Okay, so I think we should. Okay, so for the thicker stamps, you take out this. Gonna put your paper there, and we're just gonna put this here, I guess, on the top. This is quite a big stamp though. Let me see. See, it's huge. It's bigger than the, well, no, kind of like the size of my hand. All right. Well, it fits right there. So we're gonna do that. Okay. Bring in. And we're gonna use archival ink for watercolor. I'm gonna use Team's Black Suit archival ink for this. And okay, you are on the way, so I'm gonna put you over here for now. Okay, that's good. I'm gonna ink this very good with this night ink. And obviously for these bigger stamps, the bigger ink pads are better than the small ones, I think. Got more space to cover and quicker than the little one, right? Because the little one you have to tap everywhere. With this one, it's like, okay, well, I gotta cover in 1 second, right? I might have to do 2 stamping, because usually the first one don't come out very good. But then again, because I'm using the Misty, which is a new thing for me, maybe the Misty helps me a little bit better than the other stamping tool. So I'm just gonna press a little bit like this with my hand so it transferred to the paper evenly, right? And we're gonna see. I'm telling you, you have to do it several times with this paper. is tricky. So let's do this. It's a very tricky paper to work with, especially when you do stamping. Some people, what they like to do is to use the other side of the paper, which is more smooth, but I like using the other side. But it's very tricky to stamp on the image because it doesn't come completely neat. See that? Dang. Okay, let's try one more time. Maybe we will have to use the other side of the paper, to be quite honest with you. More ink. Alright, and this ink pad is new, so it's very easy. You can see when I put it on the stamp. So it's not the ink, it's the paper what makes it difficult. Sorry, I'm moving probably the camera because I'm making a lot of pressure here to see if the ink transfers well. All right. Well, it's not giving me. Okay, let me bring it to you because I don't think you can. Oh, there's a viewer on the chat. Hey, viewer, hi. Say hi if you can. All right. So you see that it's not giving me a well stamped image, and I don't particularly like it very much. So we're gonna try doing this, but on the other side of the paper. Maybe that works better. I'm gonna use the same paper just in case it doesn't work. You know, we can throw that away, right? Alright, so let's try this one like this. I'm gonna ink the stamp again with my Distress Archival ink. Okay, I bet it's gonna transfer much better because this part of the paper is very smooth. So let's try this. Alright, so I'm gonna make even pressure. Dun, 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 dun. Alright, and much better. Oh yeah, but we need to go one more time. So I'm gonna go back with my ink pad, try to put more ink in there. There you go. And again, we're gonna do a little bit of pressure. Over pressure, and boom. I think we're good. Hi Maggie, good morning. How are you? Thank you for coming in. Thank you for watching my live. We're stamping with a new StAMPtember 2022 release from Tim Holtz. So I'm trying to do a cart with it, and so far it seems that it's working the idea that I had, because we were trying to use Tim's paper, watercolor paper, but this thing, when you stamp on it on the rough part, it doesn't come out very well. So I said, well, you know what, we're gonna do it on the other side, and guess what, look how neatly it came out. So yes, if you have a stamp that is very intricate like this, use the other side of the paper. You won't regret it. All right, so we have it all stamped. I'm gonna take this out of the way. Well, I don't have I forgot to wet the chamois, but it's okay. I can clean it later. Just want to put it back somewhere so it doesn't get lost. Later, I'll clean it because that takes time to clean. It's a big stamp. All right, so we're gonna put the Misty away, and we're gonna use this new watercolor pencils that I am itching to try. Right? So we only have a few colors. I don't have all of them. I just have one box. And I have here my trusty watercolor water brush pencil. Now, I like watercoloring with regular brushes, but in this particular case, I'm just gonna give it a go with this one. And okay, let's try the green one first. So these are so cool. All right, so we're gonna try the green one. This is Peel Paint, and this is very blunt here. I'm just gonna go in and color the trees on one side. Let's see how that works. I want to see how this works. All right, we need to bring a little bit of paper here to damp out the water, and of course this will do magic. Love watercoloring. Who doesn't? I mean, like, I don't know. Well, I know some people don't like it. Actually, I do. I have seen videos of people not liking using watercolors because they don't know how to use it. But me, I've always used watercolor. Well, not always, but I have used watercolor for quite a while now, and I completely love it. I'm gonna say it's my favorite medium from all of it. Alright, so it does work. Of course it's gonna work. It's a color pencil. What I don't like is this is it's not sharp. I like sharp points. But it's okay. I can always, oops, putting ink everywhere. It's okay. I can always sharpen the pencils, you know? The shadows are shadow. See, you don't have to be perfect. You can always how do you say that? You can always be messy, and at the end of the day, you don't have to like perfect color the thing, right? Because with watercolor pencils or crayons, you always have like space to fix that. See? You see how messy I was drawing the tree, and look how neat it's coming out? That's because you don't need to be perfect with your crayon. Okay, I'm liking them so far. So, yep, that's cool. All right. Okay, let me bring it forward so you can see. See that? It's kind of cool. It's giving me that watercolor look, definitely. So, there's a big tree here. I keep putting my fingers on the black part. Okay. I don't know. I don't know how to hold it. Alright. Without staining it. Okay. Right. If you hear somebody snoring, that's Jackie, my dog. She's sleeping. I'm sorry about that. But she is sleeping. I think she's very sleepy today. She's a sweetie. She's always with me. Um, you know, can you hear her? I can hear her clearly. Alright. You see, I'm gonna be very messy. Look, like a little kid drawing. And that's the beauty about this thing. You can always come back and do if with a water brush, and you will cover all those messy coloring that you just did. Right? This watercolor brush is dedicated. It was dedicated because I don't use it at all. I don't use Tim Holtz distress markers so often anymore, and most of them are dry already. But this watercolor brush was dedicated to that. I wouldn't touch any other of my. I have a few of these, like different brands and things like that. But I would never use them mixing it with, my watercolors. I don't know why I have that thing that I don't like mixing stuff. Like I like dedicated stuff for specific things. So for the crayons, this works great. Well, these are not crayons, these are the watercolor pencils. There's a difference. There is a difference. The crayons are more creamy like, very cool to work with as well. These are more, they're not creamy. They work more like a crayon. So, I don't know, maybe the pigment is different in a different scale. But it works for me. It's doing the job. So it looks good. All right. So we're going to color this trees over here. There's many trees in the stamp. It's a beautiful stamp. I like it very much. I'm glad I got it. I mean, it's worth it. Especially if you like, Tim Holtz stamps and things like that. It's worth it. And you can make so many cards. Beautiful cards, and you can make different themes and colors. There's so many possibilities. You just have to open your mind and put the colors in there and make a story like I did when I presented this all the other day on my video haul. I already had a story for the stamp, which was Santa's coming in to drop the on winter, obviously, to drop toys for the kids in this house, blah blah blah. Whatever that story was. Okay, we're done with the green, right? Maybe we want to use like a brown color for, no, bricks are more reddish, so maybe a fire brick, because the chimney is made out of bricks. So let's see if I do this. What happens? Huh. Nice. They come out red as a brick. Love it. Now you gotta be careful with the amount of water you want to use, right? Because if you use too much water, then you lose control over what you're painting with, right? So that's very important. You can't just, drop too much water into it. To work with this is a little bit, people find it easier, but I think it's a little bit trickier especially depending on what kind of watercolor you're using, that kind of thing. But it's easy. I mean, it's not complicated really. Okay, Santa is just having a ball going up the stairs. And I'm just coloring the bricks of the chimney. Just kind of like all this. I'm gonna put a little bit of more. I need to wait for that to dry though. So we don't have any other red, but this one. And we're missing a lot. I'm missing a lot of colors here, but the whole point of this is to show you, that you can create something really cool with less colors than more colors. But I mean, I'm spoiled. I'm used to have a lot of colors, and then I can come in and do whatever color I wish. When you have a limited palette, that's when the trouble comes in, because then you're limited. But to be quite honest with you, it shouldn't be an issue, because if you mix colors, you got the whole colors of palette that you want. So I don't know. We'll see. I'm pretty sure if you mix these colors, they will blend in different colors. I'm just assuming, because we haven't tried that yet. Maybe I should do a dedicated video about this. I don't know. What do you think? All right. So we have so far the bottom part of the house. We did the trees, and we need to do the ladder, but I think I should use this rusty hinge to give a different color to the thing, so it's not everything the same. Well, that looks good. All right. So we're coming with the water brush. See? Yeah, that was a good choice, because then it gives a variety of color instead of being everything dark brown. See, rusty hinge is like rust, really. It's like, but it can also be like a different type of brownish orangey color. So all right, let's go back to the bricks. I think they need more color. I don't know. Kind of lacking a little bit of color. I'm just gonna go in and push that color in so it looks a little bit more intense. There we go. Much better. Yep. I'll need to do a little bit more here of this is red. Yep. Put in more color. Let's push it in a little bit more. Okay, that looks much better. All right, so I have my chimney done. Now I guess we're gonna have to work on Santa, and Santa has to be the same red because I don't have a different red. So we're gonna use the red in his hat and here. Right. His hands, his bag, his pants. There we go. All right, let's see. His little hat. His outfit. It goes all red, and then the bag. I wish I would have like linen, you know, like that color that is kind of like a beige color, but I don't have it. So I guess we need to work with what we have, right? Again, you have to put out your mind when you have limited colors, okay? Don't stress out. Just do what you can. Yeah, there we go. Okay, what do you think so far? Let's see. Little hand here. Okay. So red. This should be maybe yellow with a little bit of brown. Could work. Maybe that will work. Okay, and let me take out the red so it doesn't contaminate the yellow. So I'm going to take out the red. You gotta clean your brush because then you will contaminate the colors, okay? So especially if you're trying to do certain colors, you always gotta clean your brush before you start using another color. Right? So we wanna do a little bit of brown here, which is, what's the name of the brown color? Oh, how interesting. It has a little pull. You can pull apart the paper. That's interesting. Okay. This is walnut stain. The favorite color. There's a lot of people. The team loves this color, but I know there's a lot of people that loves this color. It's better if you let it dry. It's a little bit wet. I'm gonna have to let it dry for a little bit. Alright. Or you can actually, what you can do also is pick up the color from the pencil. Just with the tip a little bit. And then you can bring that color in. especially if the paper is very wet. See the combination of yellow, well, mustard seed, right? Mustard seed and walnut stain came out good because I didn't want to have like a very dark brown. So I have like a two-tone thing going on there. Maybe his this bottom part needs to be a little bit darker, so I'm gonna bring in more of that brown like that. See, much better. Way much better. Alright. Well, I'm gonna say that I like this pencils. They're kind of cool. Now, how am I gonna do this? I don't know. I have no idea. Let's see. So, brown goes here. I'm thinking green goes there next to that. And this one goes here. And yellow goes here, I think. Yep. Okay. So we have white, but I don't need white. I mean, the way I want to do the snow, I don't want to watercolor the snow. I want to do something different. All right. So those are the nice watercolor pencils that Tim Holtz came out with. He was very excited about the release. I saw the whole thing and it was kind of fun. And it was very exciting. A lot of people was very excited with the product, and I've seen on Instagram and YouTube people using it. It's really fun. All right. So we have so far color everything with the watercolor pencils from Tim Holtz. And now what I want to do is the snow, which I have no clue how we're going to do that. And this part here, which is the sky. I don't know if I want to do a night thing. I don't know. I don't know. I do not know. You know, maybe we should be using he's what you call it, that medium that he has. Let's see, here are my mediums. I keep them in a little box here. So I got grid paste, but I know he has like that I have never used, by the way. This is collage, translucent grid paste. We have snowfall. We can use that. But I know there's another one that is kind of glitter, has glitter in it. Crazing. This one. What's this? Icicle. Okay, maybe we can try those two. Crackle. Texture paste. We got crackle in big and collage medium in big. And this is grid paste. What I don't have is, I've always wanted to buy his glitter, the glitter paste, and I don't have it. Oh well. We can experiment with these. I have never used them. So why not, right? Put our watercolor brush there. Alright, so this is Grid Paste Snowfall, which imitates snow, and this is Icicle, which I'm guessing it imitates icicles. But I know, see that shimmer there? I don't know. I don't know, because I bought these a while back. I don't know if they're doing good or not, if I can use it or I don't know. Because the the shimmer doesn't want to move from where it is, but okay, this is a translucent medium designed to create crackle effects on surfaces used with the stressed palette knives. Oh no, we don't want that. And this one, translucent medium with clear glitter designed to create texture effects on surfaces used with the stressed palette knives. Okay, this one is the one that we want to use. Never used it before, so this is all new to me. Oopsie. All right. It looks like snow. It really does. So this is the palette knife. This is Tim Holtz palette knife. And we're gonna use a little bit of his little paste here and see, put it, my idea is to put it on top of the house, imitating snow, I guess. So it's gonna be difficult because I don't have a stencil. I mean, like, I'm not using a stencil. I'm just rubbing this around the places that I think is snow, or that I see that is snow, right? So it gives me that little sense that the house is covered in snow, and it's supposed to be shimmery too because it has glitter according to the instructions. This is gonna be difficult. Well, it is and it isn't at the same time, I guess. Snow coming down the house. That's kind of cool. Right? Then again, I have never used the thing. So I'm just gonna be very careful about applying, because this is more like, well, you can use it for whatever you want, but in my common sense thing will be better if I use it on an assemblage box or something like that, you know? That's where I like to use this kind of stuff. But we're just experimenting here, guys, so bear with me. And I have never done this to a card. And that's why I kind of like, oh, why not? You know, why don't we kind of like do something different, right? And so far, it doesn't look that bad. It looks snowy, that's for sure. Okay, maybe I should pick it up from the back part. Yep. Okay. I think I put too much. I don't know. All right. It looks good. I mean, like, It gives a three-dimensional look, but you gotta be careful because you don't want to cover the shadows, and then you don't want to cover the trees either. However, you can cover the trees a little bit with no too, right? I mean, why not? Maybe we need a toothpaste or something to move it a little bit better, like something like this. Let me see if that helps. Because it's kind of difficult with the palette knife. Oh yeah, this is better because it's thinner, so you can actually move the thing a little bit better. Speak a little bit more. Put this on. It's very it has like a grainy consistency. So and it's a little bit more here on this corner. See, with the little tool here, I can actually move this a little bit better. I can bring that snow in. Here too, top of the chimney. Wow, this is all a process. Well, that looks good. It's a little bit more here. Now I guess I'm gonna have to wait until it dries. And that's kind of like, oh no. Like, oh no, really, do we have to wait? I guess we do. Too much of that. Let's put more here. And we need more here. Not more, but we need to put here. I haven't put anything in this white space. And maybe a little bit here. Excuse me. Alright, bring that in. And bring that in here in the little corner. Now I'm very picky where I'm putting this stuff. Alright. Because usually around the chimney you have this stuff all over, like all over the place. Ooh, the house is frozen. Santa's jumping in to the house. That's cool. Alright, I'm gonna leave it as that. just leaving it as that. And we can clean this. And we can throw this away because I know once it's gonna be hardened up, that thing is gonna be like a rock probably. All right. So that was the Snowfall grit paste. You can get this. I don't think they sell them like this anymore. They sell them in like the big jar. All right. Okay. Now, I'm pretty sure because this is a paste, you don't want to use your gun to dry it out. This will have to stay sitting there for quite a bit. And we have already 56 minutes on the go, almost an hour, just me coloring all this. So I'm going to tell you what, I would like to do everything in one shot, but I don't like videos that are way too long. So maybe we're going to have to do a second part for this until that stuff dries. It's not going to dry that fast. But so far, guys, I'm loving that grit paste that I have never used before, the Snowfall. And the crayons are great. They're awesome. They have a lot of intensity and definitely is Tim Holtz palette color. Meaning that every crayon that we'll pick up is going to be exactly like the inks or like the distress oxides. Even the paints, you know, everything coordinates beautifully. So if you don't have them yet, you know, I really encourage you to get at least one box like I did and see what it was. I'm probably gonna get the other ones because I really like them. So there, that's my 2 cents for today. I hope you like the video, guys. I hope you like what I'm doing. I'm gonna have to finish this later or tomorrow. We'll do the second part. And if you have any questions, just leave them down below. If you like what you see, leave me a comment. I would love to see if you have any ideas what I can do with the background, if you have any ideas. And then yeah, guys, thank you so much for coming in. Thanks for my woo, see, I can't speak today. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in my next video. Goodbye, guys. See you later.